Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Jace Hutt. This is Straight Line Solutions. This is the right-hand drive 280Z Datsun. Not sure of the year. We're going to try to solve that today.
Alright, I see you digging in here for extra parts.
Oh, we're looking for a coolant hose for that Datsun outside. So here we have all the parts that are to put the dowdy back together. So let's see if we can find some. Clamp on, which means the first hose is connected. Find more clamps.
Perfect. We'll cut a little piece, connect these two from here back over to here. Get all that buttoned up.
I got the right coolant because it was free. It was inside of a car. It's nice and pink. Haven't seen that stuff before. Now we're gonna have to top it off with some water. It's at the bottom of there right now.
Gonna bust out the shop vac here. You got some build up down inside of there. We want to get all cleaned out.
Also has some inside the intake that fell down in there in the last couple of days.
So we're gonna do a little bit of house cleaning real quick and then get it back.
Should hear that shocking. It'd be really nice if I had the right. They sell these little things that are a lead stud that you screw in. And you can put these terminals onto this battery. I think I have a couple in the garage. We're gonna go check. If not, we'll just get a bolt and just put a washer in there and just kind of
Crank it down. Yeah. All right. Well, this commercial break is brought to you by absolutely no one right now. So if anybody feels like sponsoring this video, you know.
Hit us up. That was scary. Thought that was going to twist off. Now, before that actually comes all the way up, grab a small hammer and give her a tap. Try to save that gasket. I think I did. Go ahead and pull that all the way out. Looks saved enough. I'll reuse it. Thermostat looks brand new. Very low on coolant. It is going down. So just go ahead and top her off. Probably gonna leak, but probably won't. Worry about that later. Let's try to get spark. We have to check the coil and test it. So we're gonna go to a voltmeter and look at a diagram because I am not familiar with that. Still got power. Still got power.
What does this have if you stick that in there?
Nothing.
Nothing.
So this is powering, that powers up the distributor. So this gets power from this fuse block right here.
Check that. Check your prong and make sure that's getting power there, which it should be. Yeah.
Got too much dirt in the brace. Yeah, I got 11.5. Let's put a load on it though. Yeah, it takes a load.
Okay.
So it's not incomplete. This one right here though, 11.8. It goes forward to the other side. I'm guessing it goes over here too.
What about these guys? I'm assuming
those are the horns.
Okay.
These two are the horns and one's for the blinker wire.
Okay.
So that's what I believe they are. We actually need to go farther down the wiring harness. It goes up here to these two junction boxes and whatever is behind here, which is I think a fusible link. So we probably need to take that panel off, check a couple fusible links, make sure something's missing. I actually think this was for these bolts right here were for a bracket to hold each one of these on. Yeah,
they look broken.
Snapped off. Okay, so I don't know if this is actually going to disconnect it. Usable link, but we can get rid of this annoying thing that cuts my arm every time.
Oh, you got bolts up here under your.
Oh yeah.
That's probably your. And then you got one down at the bottom, two down at the bottom. Puppy cam. Hi, puppers. So we got two at the top, two down here at the bottom, still covered in dirt. I think you're going to be digging dirt out of this car for a little while.
I power washed it and more dirt fell out of the dash. It just all looks nasty now. This is actually one of the spots I wanted to take off so I can clean behind because there's a lot of dirt back there.
Oh yeah.
Not a fusible link, but that one does look like it's pulled off. What color wires are we looking at?
Yeah, blue and white, and then black with the gray. We got black with the gray stripe, blue, and it looks like we got a just solid white.
We do not have a solid white, but we do have gray. I wanted to say that one's black, not.
So this one's black with just a thin gray stripe.
And this looks like green with a blue stripe, so not quite. There's fusible links. I was wondering what these caps were. That one was brittle.
A little dirty, a little corroded.
This wrapping on them is pretty brittle. So typically you should be able to feel if a fusible link is kind of broken, because what they are is a single strand of wire that's made out of like basically solder, and once it gets hot it just melts the solder and separates, and then the wire is still fully enclosed, so therefore it creates kind of like a safe fuse. But then they came out with, you know, a fuse. So I don't know, they feel fine. None of them feel like they're flawed, but I'll check voltage on each side and kind of test it. So the key is still on, so that one is negative actually. Seems to be hot over here. Nothing over here. So hot over here. Hot over here. So actually our first wire we tested right here is bad. So somewhere, this one, I'm gonna say it's right here.
Yep.
That's it. We'll probably cut that open and check it, but you can see it just bends really weirdly right in that one point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's
Almost
it.
like it's broken.
So I'll go show you a quick fix for that. See what I get out of that.
Gotta climb out of the hole here.
I want to say it's here, but I don't see it. So here, huh? So you can see we actually have. Don't mind these wires right here. These two are obviously wrong. Actually, no, that one's right. that goes to your distributor right here and gets hot right there. So from our other car over there, we are missing this wire right here. I want to figure out what this wire goes to, and maybe that's what we're missing. See, we do have negative is blue, positive is white. Yep. So I got these extra wires here, so we're just gonna pull these off and make sure. Once again, that one's hot, now that one's ground, so let's just plug one side in. Nothing. So like I said, I think it was right there. As you can see, it's just like a soldered piece of a couple strands of wire. That has nothing in there. And then this is where the wire starts back up again. More solder.
This looks like it was melted in half, yeah.
We could just solder that back together, but I don't even really care. We're just hot wire. Does not look like these ones are big enough.
So we were just doing a quick walk around of the car and found out that we have brake lights. They're just on, I think, because the e-brake stuck into place. People just gonna know we're stopping.
All the time.
All the time. So we're comparing our old connections to our new connections because this one had 2 wires coming out of the harness. This one only has 1. So it's a little bit hard to tell exactly where we're missing our power, where we're missing our heat wire. But we're not still getting a spark down here.
Now what exactly fused?
Yeah, so if you look at that and you can read Japanese, you know, so this is the second problem with this car. Not only is everything backwards, everything is also written in Japanese.
And everything is also a slightly different color than the American version. And to help things out, we do have a couple red wires that are just hanging out here. And I also have a connector on the ground here. And we also have 7 connectors right here. So wiring may be pretty fun. If you really zoom in over here, I took the cover off and a pile of dirt came out. Nice.
So it's definitely a project.
All the fuses look good though. I'm gonna flash it. So many spiders. So checking all the fuses right now. They actually all look good. Got a lot of friends hanging out in here. Just saying hello. Here's another wire that's just hanging out. I have no clue where it goes. Got a kind of mess, that's for sure.
Start checking in here. See, and I don't see any of our red wires coming all the way through into anything in here either.
We do have this 4-wire connector that I don't know exactly what that goes to. Good thing is found another carb spacer, so obviously more power. Baby.
Higher you stack it, the more power it gets, right?
Power of power, right? Let's try to get this intake all the way up. There we go. We actually found 2 battery cables in the junk pile. They're not too much better, but they do have solid connections on the end and a lot better than the ones that are currently on it. So we'll try to switch them over and see what happens.
Alright, so we had a little problem with the starter. We went to remove the cable.
He jinxed me. He said I didn't want
to break it.
Didn't want to break it, so he gave me the wrench. Here we are. We got the terminal off.
The plastic.
That is actually our problem right there.
Yeah. See, we needed to break it. We had to find these problems.
Ah, dang. That is some bad connection.
Yeah, that's really bad in there.
I'm just curious as if we can make this work. Doubt it. We do have another starter on that other datsun.
Okay.
So
we just need to take a couple bolts off of this one, pop it out, put the new one in place. And because it's up on the trailer, we have plenty of room underneath it.
Yeah, that actually will be a lot nicer than the other one. We're gonna have to go out to the other one and do it on dirt floor. So got all this mounted up, got the wires routed pretty nice. We got one wire that has to go to one of these two terminals. We have an I and an S. I'm guessing ignition and start, so maybe one requires ground, one requires hot, and one's hot, and only when the key's on. I know that is this black and yellow one, but
It's probably your ignition wire.
yeah. We'll figure out the second one real quick. We do need to make a jumper wire from the starter to the solenoid now, which we have one connector on this end, but I found this one, so we'll try to solder that somewhere on here. Got to figure out the length of it real quick. So this can only go onto this. That's actually too big. It needs a smaller connector like that. So I do believe that this is grounded through this bracket, so we do have to have it bolted down. So it's awesome that those holes are already there. You don't have to fabricate anything. Just like throwing them. Bend them over so that way it can push into it. Kind of make it snug up a little bit and make the solder actually get a good connection. Once the solder is in there, we'll take a hammer and kind of punch or chisel down the center and try to lock it all up. But I want to add some solder onto that. But that should reach right down there. Now, before we get too much farther, let's see if I can save this terminal right here. Probably should have started with that. Hopefully we don't need any of this. So we're gonna have to do the same thing again, just that was pretty tight, but at least it came loose. Now what we'll do is we'll just leave this terminal as a bolt and nut connected to this other wire here. I guess all we really needed to save was this terminal and wire that's coming off the actual starter itself. That guy, right? Let's go ahead and pull this off. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this with a couple washers here. Connect it to that. Yeah. And then connect that to that little wire down there. So we're gonna solder this real quick. Be right back. Oh. Okay, try again.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I think our connections are good at this point. I think the battery's just shot. We need to get the jumper pack on it and give it a shot.
Yeah.
Hey. You sure you got the timing right?
I haven't actually checked the timing.
We should probably set the timing.